Hey everybody, how's it going? So, WorkPro just gifted this 12-piece digital tire pressure gauge set with a storage bag to me, and they gifted this to me so that I can go over the features of this product with you. So, let's get into this box and see what's in here. All right, so the first thing that you see is this WorkPro brochure here. Now, WorkPro, they have tons of products that are available, from things that you're going to see on your everyday job site to things that you're going to see while camping, RVing, or just picnicking. They have tons of stuff. They even have stuff that comes in pink for those that enjoy the pink color. Huge selection of tools, everything related to construction, picnicking, all that stuff. Great products. Next thing you see here is an owner's manual. And WorkPro does a really good job when it comes to creating an owner's manual. Large print, lots of diagrams that shows you all the different components that come in the box and how to read the readout that's on here, how to change the readings, how to install the different attachments that are on here. WorkPro does a really good job of that. There's a small roll of Teflon tape in here. You're going to need that when you attach the fittings to the hose. The device itself, let's talk about this real quick. So it does take a couple of batteries, and they actually supply a pair of batteries to you. The batteries go in the back right there, and you just pop this lid open and it comes out, and real easy to install those batteries. Matter of fact, let's do that. First things, actually, this thing is coated in what looks like a rubber tire, and that is there so that not if, but when you drop this thing or when you smack it around on the ground or next to your truck or whatever, it's protected. That is really forethinking. They're really paying attention to the product quality and protection. I think that's really cool. There's a couple of things about this. Actually, you know what? Let's get to the batteries here real quick. Let's open this thing up and open these batteries up. Now, I usually like to provide my own or supply my own batteries when it comes to these things, because you really never know how long these batteries have been sitting in this box, or how long they were on the shelf before you purchased this item. So I guess you never really know that when you're going to a big box store or you're buying online. But for me, I just like to have fresh batteries out of my own supply. So there we go. Okay, a little bit of a tight fit there. Okay, so this is what the display looks like, just like that. And there's an on-off button over here on this side right here, and it's just on and off. And you don't need to hold it for 3, 4, 5 seconds. It's just on and off. Now there's a function and there's a light. You can use PSI, bar, kilograms, Star Trek, or kilograms per cubed centimeter, or kPa. Now that button is right here, and you can turn the light on and off with that. And you can also change the different pressure readings. I'm going to put it back to PSI. You can also see that it's got a battery reading on the side over here. It's showing a full battery. Very nice to see that. Hooking it up to your tire or to the fitting that you're going to use to inflate your inflatable, your basketball, or what have you, is really kind of nice, because it's got this little spring-loaded thing on here. You don't need to twist it on or anything. You just lift this thing up, slide it on, and let it go, and it hangs onto it. Now, you'll notice that there's no Teflon tape on here, so you'll definitely want to apply some Teflon tape to these threads right here, and make sure that when you're applying the Teflon tape, it goes on this way here, so that when you tighten this down, it doesn't unthread all that Teflon tape that you just put on. The Teflon tape needs to go in the same direction as the device that you're tightening. Same thing for when you're adding the different devices here to the other end of it. This is actually what's going to attach to your compressor. So they have several different attachments here. Let's open this up, see what they have in here. All right. They have a couple of, they've got 4 valve caps on here, which is kind of nice. They've got for inflating your inflatables, your floating bed, your floating mattress, so on and so forth. For inflating bigger things with a smaller hole or a bigger hole to inflate, floating mattresses, so on and so forth. This guy here, oh boy, what is this? I'm going to have to take a look at this thing here and see what this is. Oh, you know what that is? Aha. That is to remove the valve stem from your tire. That's a valve stem tool. Very cool. This guy here is, oh, that's for a specialized valve. That's not going to be your typical valve that you're going to see on your car or truck. That's going to be a specialized valve for your bicycles, your high-end racing tires for your bicycles. That's what that's going to be for. And then you have your attachment that goes on this end here. So this guy right here is going to go in here. That's going to attach to your pressure hose, to your compressor, and then to inflate your basketballs, your footballs, your volleyballs, stuff like that. You have this guy right here. So, functionality. There's 2 buttons on here that you need to know about. The first one is the obvious one, this guy right here. That is going to open and close this valve right here. That's going to allow air to go through, this hose and into your tire or basketball or inflatable or what have you. It's also going to give you readout pressure in here. As soon as you release this here, that air is going to stop going into this hose and it's going to go up into here and it's going to tell you what the pressure readout is coming from this hose here. This button over here is in case you put too much air into something. You've got an 80-pound tire and you put 95 pounds in it. You just push that and that releases air so that you can bring it down to the proper PSI in that particular device, whether it's tire, inflatable, or what. That's how this thing works. These things are great. You know what? You can never have too many of these things around your shop or your RV or your car or your truck. I love having these things. And the other thing that this particular box comes with is a carry pouch. How many times do you go looking for something and you put it away over there and it's not there anymore? Either somebody took it, borrowed it, used it, didn't put it back, who is usually... I don't know who. So if you put it in the pouch, it's always in the pouch. This is something that's really good to have. If you're one of those people that lives by the mantra, it's better to have and not need than need and not have. Like me, this is a great thing to have in your truck or in your RV. There you have it, guys. Have yourselves a fantastic day. We'll catch you on the next video. Until then, cheers, everybody.